So when you stepped into your first position of leadership, did you find yourself doubting your abilities or even fearing failure? That's because leadership, man, is no joke. But everybody needs leaders in their lives. And quite honestly, few people are actually up to the challenge. And some people are in it for the wrong reason. But today in this video, we are going to talk about the 4 brutal reasons why leadership is so hard. My hope is that when your awareness of these challenges grow, you will be more prepared to be an excellent and an effective leader. Hello everyone, my name is Robert Lowry. I am a life and leadership coach, and I help empower people to develop confidence to create a career and a life they desire and deserve. So if you're new here, I want to welcome you to my channel. If this sounds like something that speaks to you, make sure you hit that like button, and while you're at it, please consider subscribing to my page and hit that notification button so you know when the new videos are going to be released. And if you're already a subscriber, I want to welcome you back. I appreciate all of the love and the support. So let's get into it. The 4 brutal reasons why leadership is so hard. So there's no formula or shortcut to good, effective leadership. Leadership is a lot about who you are rather than just what you do. It's more than a title or a position of power. If you're interested in counting the cost and learning what kind of things make leadership so challenging, I want you to continue to listen to this video as I explain the 4 brutal reasons why leadership is so hard. So number 1, it's a mindset, not a formula. Leadership is one of those things that is partly innate and partly learned. It kind of falls into the category, you know it when you see it. Great leadership trainers can spend all day providing excellent tips and tricks for how to improve your influence. But at the end of the day, you've got to have the leadership mindset, which is not that easy to pin down. You can't robotically just follow leadership principles. You actually have to live and breathe leadership. One of the best ways to check your mindset is to have a mentor that can know you and observe you. They will give you quality feedback for your personal situation and be able to point out the things that you can't read in a book. Number 2, it requires that you pivot. Inflexible leaders massively limit their personal growth potential and the growth potential of their team. If you're stuck in your ways of doing things, life is going to go ahead and move on without you. One of the things you can do to stay out of the rut is to keep learning. Keep sharpening your skills, read a lot, and be exposed to new ideas. Another important habit is to learn to be a good listener. If you take the time to ask your team good questions about your leadership, people might share things that you didn't even realize you were doing. To be honest, it takes some thick skin to do this, but it's well worth it in the end if your goal is to become more of an effective leader. Beyond just learning about yourself, continue to learn the unique needs of the people on your team is so critical. Not everyone needs to be led the same way, and it will be the best interest not to use a one-size-fits-all approach when it comes to your leadership. So number 3, it's about servanthood. Nelson Mandela said, "Lead from the back and let others believe they are in the front." Contrary to popular opinion, leadership isn't actually about you. Leaders who focus too much on their titles and accolades actually end up being the least effective leaders. That's because they're only seeking to make a name for themselves. To lead someone, you actually have to take them with you, not just sit on your throne by yourself. You need your team, and you also need to realize your success depends on making other people better. You can't separate leadership from teamwork. This is about integrity and it's about attitude. If you watched the movie Remember the Titans, when Julius says to Bartier, Attitude reflects leadership, Captain. One of the best ways to discover if you have demonstrated a good attitude as a leader is to look at the attitude of those on your team. So number 4, it can be lonely. Leadership moves people. In many cases, it moves people into uncharted territory and places that are uncomfortable. Your position of leadership may require that you make unpopular decisions, work late hours, and have a tough time enjoying the relationships on your team as much as someone who isn't in a leadership position. Listen, in a perfect world, you will be able to lead and still be liked. But unfortunately, when you're trying to do what's best for the team, that's not always the case. People often see leaders get credit and they might envy their position. But what they don't often see is that leaders are also often the first one to be criticized when something goes wrong. The best way to overcome the 4 brutal challenges of leadership is to surround yourself with positive influences. Make sure you have a mentor, read books by people you respect, and then also join a networking team of people who serve in a similar role so that you don't feel so lonely in your position of responsibility. Then take a page from Jesus' book, who is known as the Servant King, to seek to give your life away to other people. Leadership is a hard road, but it's not impossible. Together, we are stronger than we are alone. Listen, be sure to comment and let me know if this video was helpful to you. And until next time, thanks for watching.